Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man's Tarzan Simulator is one of the few games I've played this year that makes me really appreciate collectathons, a concept I usually hate. I actually found myself spending most of my first hours with the game taking pictures of buildings and retrieving over a dozen misplaced backpacks belonging to some Peter Parker guy. This, of course, makes me feel guilty for not progressing the story, as is the case with a lot of open-world games. Except for Red Dead Redemption 2, but that's a thought for later. I always feel bad when I'm messing around with side quests. Norman Osborn is probably looking at his watch waiting for me to fight the evil Aunt May robots he's created while I reboot a cat's router that's stuck in a tree. In the quest for cooler suits, I would eventually have to continue the game. What? The main story is certainly compelling, with lots of intense action sequences that are genuinely cinematic if you can stomach the QuickTime events. Okay, this is kinda cool. But from the cover of darkness emerges the missions where you don't play as Spider-Man. At these points I would audibly groan as the pacing of the game halted completely.
I don't blame you.
Whenever I found myself in the shoes of a character I would denote as not Spider-Man, I found myself trying to get through the segment as fast as possible so I could get back to the web slinging and the router rebooting. Whoa. It's a television. At least they give you the option to skip the minigames.
Voltage
And
spike.
skip.
See if that worked. No.
And skip.
This is what. Hope that stabilized it.
And
Damn it, the
skip.
spike is. Come on.
There was one segment where I was playing as MJ that I really enjoyed. In Grand Central Station, Spider-Man plays a role in the gameplay as an assist. I really found it interesting to play as non-Spider-Man when Spider-Man was actually there. It was a neat way to show how superhuman he really is. Being stuck on Earth walking through glass and throwing mixtapes at people really makes you appreciate all the abilities and tools Spider-Man has at his disposal.
Why didn't you tell me? I thought we were partners.
Hey, partners.
I really wish Insomniac was able to integrate Spider-Man into every non-Spider-Man sequence, but that would be unrealistic. Returning to the amazing Spider-Butt, I found combat to be fun and punchy. It isn't super engaging, but the different enemy types and combos mix things up to the point where I still find it fun. This of course comes from a psychopath who loves the throwing mechanic and yeeting poor henchmen off buildings. The game says I'm about 80% of the way done, and most of that time has been spent swinging around, which is exactly what I wanted to do when I bought it. I give Marvel's Spider-Man 4 Robo-Aunts out of 5 J. Jonah Jamesons. The game kind of does a bit of it for you if you get too close.